The fog clings to the valley. Blades gleam beneath a dying sun. And one man waits for destiny to unfold. October 21st, 1600. Sekigahara. The day Japan's fate was decided. Two armies stood upon the mist-covered plains. The eastern forces of Tokugawa Ieyasu and the western coalition of Ishida Mitsunari, fighting not for survival, but for the soul of a nation. The fog lifted. Arquebuses roared. Steel clashed in a storm of loyalty and betrayal. In that chaos, Ieyasu's patience became his greatest weapon. He had foreseen it all, even treachery itself. When Kobayakawa Hideaki turned his army mid-battle, the western flank collapsed. By dusk, the field was silent. More than 30,000 men lay dead, and Japan's age of chaos was over. From the ashes of war, a new order began, and at its center stood one man, Tokugawa Ieyasu. In the stillness before dawn, two armies face each other across the mist. One seeks glory, the other, destiny. The year is 1600. Japan stands divided, consumed by endless war. And in the heart of the storm stands a man of silence, patient, calm, unyielding. His name was Tokugawa Ieyasu, the man who would end an age of chaos and build 2 centuries of peace. For more than 100 years, Japan was torn apart by civil war. Samurai lords fought for power, alliances were made and broken as fast as blades could draw. Ieyasu was born in 1543 in Mikawa province, a minor lord in a time of giants. As a child, he was taken hostage by the Imagawa clan, a pawn in the deadly game of politics. There, in captivity, he learned patience, to wait, to listen, to endure. It would become his greatest weapon. When the Imagawa fell to Oda Nobunaga, Ieyasu seized his chance. He returned to his homeland, rebuilt his clan, and swore allegiance to Nobunaga, a man of fire who sought to unify Japan through terror and ambition. Ieyasu admired him, but he also understood him. He learned that power gained through rage burns fast. Power gained through patience endures. When Nobunaga was betrayed and killed, Ieyasu did not fall with him. Instead, he aligned with Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the peasant who rose to rule Japan. He bowed his head. He smiled. He waited. When Hideyoshi died, Japan fell again into turmoil. His young son was too weak to rule, and the lords of the realm split into 2 great armies, the east, led by Ieyasu, and the west, loyal to Hideyoshi's heir. The stage was set for destiny. On October 21st, 1600, fog covered the valley of Sekigahara. Over 100,000 men prepared for battle. Banners fluttered, drums thundered through the mist. For hours, the clash of swords echoed across the field. Then, betrayal. Several of Ieyasu's enemies switched sides mid-battle. The field descended into chaos. And when the sun rose again, the war was over. Ieyasu had won. Japan was his. 3 years later, in 1603, the emperor granted him the highest title in the land, Sei Taishogun, the great general who subdues the barbarians. It marked the beginning of the Tokugawa Shogunate, a dynasty that would rule Japan for over 250 years. But Ieyasu did not rule by fear. He ruled by order, by discipline, by control. He forced the daimyo, the great lords, to live part of every year in Edo, a system known as Sankin Kotai. It kept them loyal and their families close, as quiet hostages. He limited foreign influence, rebuilt the economy, and made peace the foundation of power. Ieyasu once said, "The strong man is the one who controls himself when angry." He was not like Nobunaga, who conquered through fire, nor like Hideyoshi, who ruled through charisma. Ieyasu's power was different. It was quiet, patient, inevitable. He understood that war brings glory, but peace brings legacy. That victory is not in the sword, but in the silence that follows it. In his final years, Ieyasu retired to Sunpu Castle. He let his son, Hidetada, rule in name, but his hand still guided Japan from the shadows. He died in 1616, at 73 years old. His ashes were buried at Nikko Toshogu, where he was enshrined as a god, Tosho Daigongen, the great spirit who illuminates the East. Under his dynasty, Japan entered the Edo period, an era of peace, art, and isolation that would last 2.5 centuries. He transformed a land torn by war into one of the most stable and cultured nations in history. Victory belongs to those who endure. Tokugawa Ieyasu endured through betrayal, captivity, and endless war, until endurance itself became his greatest weapon. He was not just a conqueror, not just a ruler. He was the stillness at the heart of the storm, the shogun who united Japan.